Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Oh, hey, y'all. What's up? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. I'm a be there. I go again with that. I'm a be. Auntie the Knox, you know what's up. And everybody else, welcome, welcome, welcome. Before I really get into this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I got about 880 left to make it to the finish line. Well, not the finish line, but the start of monetization. So I appreciate it. And you can share it if you want. It's all good. GOOD. Like I was saying, I'm going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Episode 3. Did y'all watch it? I did. Boy, that Latricia and Ken is something else. They started off and ended it, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Sometimes they can be full of BS, but especially when they're talking about their relationship, listen, I'm sick and tired of the side chick, side dude stuff. People trying to justify their wrongs because a whole lot of people doing it and carrying on and whatnot. Again, like I said, if you wait until the judge signs the decree, when nobody be upset, when nobody be hurt, when nobody had nothing to say about nothing, y'all can talk, but we can't get together until. And then you want to move in with some. Now, what struck me a little odd is when I heard Ken talk about, this was outside the show, when I heard Ken say that he's dated other married women. I'm like, what? Where they do that? I mean, listen, okay, if y'all, meaning the married couple, is at the last stage of divorce, you had your last court appearance or court whatever, and pretty much the judge said, okay, I'll sign the decree, it's on its way. I can understand a little excuse me, I can understand at that point, but still moving in with somebody, starting a life with somebody, I mean, and you don't have any clue or you're nowhere near, nothing was filed for divorce, that's a problem. I mean, unless they're in jail. Maybe that's okay, if they in jail, prison, okay, and they ain't getting out no time soon, that's understandable. But even then, you can still get a divorce. I'm just saying, again, if people will have just a lot more self-control these days, we wouldn't be having all this conversation. But then again, I wouldn't have nothing to report to you guys. But so it's all good. Let's get into this mess. Okay, so it did seem like a lot of brown nosing and butt kissing and boot licking when they was finishing up Melody Cherie Rogers' trip out there. What was that, St. Lucia? Where was they? I forgot, y'all. Yeah, and then she was talking real soft with her passive aggressiveness. Girl, just because you're talking real soft and how you come to people and trying to out people and and just, calling out Destiny because she didn't clap when everybody else clapped. I'm like, Like Destiny said, I don't have to clap just because everybody else clapping. This is Pavlov's dog. And then what was strange to me was when what Kimmi said. Kimmi had the audacity to say, ew, this was overall a great trip, you know. But the thing is, she didn't even want to go at first. She was so talking about, I don't even want to go at first. First of all, when Melody Cherie Rogers presented the trip to the ladies at that, what was it, at a nightclub or something they was at? I think it was Nell's birthday party last year, or earlier this year rather. And she presented the trip. The main one scooting across the floor and enjoy was Kimmi. Oh, we going this, oh, we going, I can't wait, oh my God, oh, we going. And she knew it was girls only. But I don't understand how that could change from, but I didn't even want to go at first. Girl. Anywho, then Melody Cherie Rogers recites a poem where she's praising herself. I couldn't get into that poem. I'm gonna need Melody to bring it on down. Her head is way too inflated. Again, I ain't hating. I'm not one of them folks hating and carrying on. And hey, I'm cool. I'm cool. But I'm just saying that was just a bit too much for you to just praise yourself in a poem for everybody to listen to and admire. And I'm like, girl. And then her friend, the girl that wasn't talking during all the mess, she had the audacity to say, I'm so glad that, I went on this trip with a bunch of ladies who know how to resolve conflict. Was you there? Did you see what I saw? Girl, what didn't they show us? Because we leaving where 2 people left before the trip and didn't say goodbye to the hostess. And these 2 ladies, meaning Destiny and Sunni, ooh, Sunni's so trifling. Ooh, anyway, are still at odds. And the hostess and Destiny are still at odds. And as a matter of fact, we didn't see any more conversation. Did y'all notice? We saw no more conversation between Nell and Kimmi after their blow up when they first got there. So that tells me there needs to be resolve. There should be no reason why Kimmi and Nell couldn't have it. Why didn't y'all film a conversation with them? You know why? Because they weren't fooling with each other. So, girl, what? I mean, what? You came in at the wrong time. I don't know what was. I don't know what's going on, child. I don't know. What else going on? Okay, so there's a point at that particular part of the dinner where Destiny brought up how Sunni mentioned how she apologized. First of all, that was some mess. Everybody recognized it, including Melody Cherie Rogers. Even at that table, Sunni tried to, insinuate that she apologized and you didn't want to accept it, so it is what it is. Bringing up betrayal and even though there's betrayal, and if people could just get over it and stop being in denial. And Destiny was like, well, it's funny that you mentioned betrayal because you apologize, but you coming at me at this point, it don't mean nothing. And even then, Sunny's whole face twisted up like she was going through a cerebrovascular accident. That's not funny, but I'm just saying, and just go ahead and not, leading with love as she says she always do. Even in the facial expression, like I said, and and all of the innuendo, the pseudo apology, just trying to look good in front of the group. Like Destiny mentioned in the previous episode, girl, you are fake and phony as an $8 bill, and it's not respected. Everybody knows that you was in Destiny's life more than pretty much, to the, even though you say that y'all weren't friends, you were in her life more than just a producer. Trying to manage her singing career, that didn't go nowhere for whatever the reason. Accepting invites to her parties that wasn't a part of the cast, knowing that she was with the man. And the fact that you felt, Sonny, you listening? Hey, boo-boo, you listening? If you're listening, watching, listen, this is for you. When you said you felt a little uncomfortable or uneasy or whatever the word you used, when you reached out to her and she didn't respond back, if you felt as though you needed to reach out to her then and you never could get a hold of her, that trumps everything else anybody else saying, including what Destiny said. So don't sit here and act like we weren't friends and y'all was done by the time we got together. Well, why'd you reach out to her about it if you didn't think that you should have? There's, underlying reasons that people do stuff. So girl, bye. Everybody on that trip know that you got with her man when girl code is all to hell with you. So it's all whatever. What else going on, child? So yeah, Melody came to Destiny's defense with Sunny, giving stank and half-ass apology, and I appreciate that. So we all done with that trip. It's all over. They're back in Huntsville carrying on. And now we see Latricia and Ken at the ice cream parlor, whatever they at. And she's filling him in on the trip, and he's filling her in on what the guys were talking about, pretty much, how, she's still married and it's just not a good look for the most part, and how Sunny was trying to say that their situation is the same. And they're both like, nah, Sonny, we ain't the same as you. When nobody dating folks, men, friendships was involved and carrying on. And so, it was pretty much a dud, if you ask me, because Latricia lying, she was caught lying on the trip, trying to explain herself in the previous episode. Girl, first of all, if you would have came out the gate with the truth, we wouldn't be needing trying to clear up the truth because you lied about the truth. Should nobody lie about the truth? The truth needs no proof. It is what it is. So as far as everybody's concerned, you and Martell had sex. Y'all did something. Because nothing could be anything, as we get into that explanation later with Kimmi and Maurice. Now, speaking of Kimmi and Maurice, here we go. They up next. And they were talking about her and Nell had a thing and how Nell stepped in when it was resolved. But she didn't say that her and Nell had a good time after. Like I said before, that's a situation, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be brought up later. Maurice says that Latricia and Martell both don't seem believable. Yeah, we all see that, because when you're lying about the truth, that's a problem. What else is there to say when you got two grown people who are obviously attracted to each other to the point where folks slide in DMs trying to say, let's work out. Now, tangent. I am no bodybuilder, never have been. I have been overweight a lot of my life. And there was a point in time where there wasn't no DM slide. They were just straight, hello, how you doing? Do you want to go work out? Child, do you think we worked out? We went to the gym. Yeah, we worked out. And we started talking afterwards. And, one thing led to another. And it was on and popping. Look, we grown over here. We can talk. We grown. Ain't no kids over here. And if you is under 21, you must have, you need to leave. I'm just saying that we real grown over here, and no telling what could come out of my mouth next. So like I was saying, people who are attracted to each other, it's for a reason that they want to talk and see what's up because they want some, they want to bump uglies. It is what it is. And then you come to the man's house. So first of all, I want to know, was that the house they shared? That house needs to be explained because they were still married. And apparently the first explanation was he was talking about, his marriage ending, and that was that. So pretty much that was a clue to Latricia that, they could, move forward in their lust for each other. Because apparently, going through, I want to see the DMs. I want to see what they said to each other. I want to see it because if it's anything, it's an inkling of I want to jump raw. I mean, not raw, but you know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Then I know for a fact that something happened. Because ain't nobody telling. First of all, both of them look good. And Maurice tried to say that he downplayed her looks. First of all, I don't think he downplayed her looks. He just said she wasn't as bad as she is now. And believe you me, Martell has a type. Real petite, cute, real young looking, in the face and everything. She's a little harder now because she got all that muscular, intrigue going on. But believe you me, he was interested, and we all think something happened. Not that we think something happened. We all think that they was fucking at least twice because she came to his house twice. But she failed to say that when she was explaining herself down to the island with the ladies, because that was a surprise to Kimmi twice. No, that was a surprise to Latisha when MARSAU mentioned it twice. Anyway, so more about Kimmi and Maurice. Now, the whole thing about nothing happened, like I mentioned earlier. Nothing can mean something, as Kimmi mentioned. Now, we all know, oh no, it was nothing. Well, what's nothing? I mean, listen, you're going to bring it up, you might as well just if you're going to tell it, then you tell it all. Shout out to Usher. Shout out to Usher Raymond the fourth, or whatever dimension he girl, what's nothing? Because both y'all lying. So now we need to know what exactly happened. Stop lying about it. Because I got time for y'all. Just say what. Nothing can mean something. It all depends on what your perspective is. And that tells me that Kimmi obviously believes that something happened. What's something? Child. Because doing nothing can be something. Okay. Then we got MARSAU and Tisha, right? They talking about Shanita and Latricia. How Shanita called her the ops, and she was real, herself was oppositional. I mean, she was the opposite, if you ask me. Shanita, bone crusher. What they call her? I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. Shanita, the mouthpiece for Melody. I mean, I'm surprised Melody allowed that. I'm just saying a whole more to Melody that is not too pleasing. I mean, she sure enough has a mouth to use when she wants to. But all that Shanita was coming with was obviously because it was told to her by Melody, coming at folks the first day. The first day, do I know you? Is it because of what you saw on TV? Because you coming at me with a whole lot of, I'm riding for my friend type stuff, and your friend has a mouth and you need to hush. Now, the other friend, what's her name? The one that was quiet for the most part when all the mess was going on. That's what Shanita should have been doing. But, Shanita, she need her TV time. I guess she missed it being on that reality show back in the day. Anywho, Shanita. And then Latricia. I don't know about I don't know about Latricia, but anyway. So that's when they were talking about Martell and Latricia and how she came to his house twice, not just one time, but she only told the ladies one time. Again, lying. And Marceau said he think they lying and need to learn how to lie. What, like you, Marceau? We all know, including your wife, we all know. The fact that this show is not focusing in on those lies that were never situated or resolved. For instance, like that lie Marceau. If you listen to Marceau, it is what it is. Sorry, Latisha. Sorry, Marceau. I'm bringing it up because I'm always bring this up because it's never resolved. Like that lie Marceau told on Chris Fletcher. Chris Fletcher was like, "I was not with you at night out there in Atlanta. I left you about 2:00 in the afternoon." He could have said 4, but let's just say 2:00. And I was not with you for dinner. Dinner, we all know dinner's after 5. So who was you with? Because the show wasn't Fletcher. Because Chris Fletcher had to make sure he cleared that up with his wife because of his past indiscretions. And he ain't trying to get into his wife, get into no mess with his wife. We all see how much of a firecracker she is. And child, I don't blame him. He said, ho. No, that wasn't me you was with. So clear that up. He cleared it up, but we never got into all of the rest of Marceau line about him being an ATL when that picture was taken. Child, listen, there are people who don't tell, don't ask, don't tell. And if you ask, I'm still going to lie. So apparently he's cheating with a woman or women who are willing to not put themselves out there. Maybe they got husbands too, or wives too, whatever the case may be. It is what it is. Just like we believe something happened, we know that something was going on with Marceau and his extracurricular proclivities. Even Tisha was crying in the car when she saw the picture of that bat. Girl, shut up. Marceau trying to teach somebody how to respectfully cheat. So what else was I saying? So Martell puts on too much about Destiny. Oh yeah. So pretty much the whole issue that Latricia brought up about Melody insinuating that Destiny and Martell may have had something or had, definitely was, sleeping around or whatever the case may be. And then Marcel said, well, maybe because he jokes about how Law looks like him. Well, maybe Martell needs to start doing that. Maybe Martell is just used to being somebody's plaything and it don't matter who it is. But, sometimes we joke like that. Oh, he looked like me or she looked like me. But maybe he needs to stop because of his past indiscretions and his current reputation. Just saying. Well, the current, I think he married to the girl now, his other son's mother. I keep hearing that. At least that's what what's her name? Showing up Miss Wanda insinuated. You know what? I got a video on that. Why don't you go ahead and watch that and let me know what you think? So, that was pretty much it with Marceau and Tisha. Next, we got Latricia and Ken. Now they bringing up the rear trial. We're gonna close this out with Latricia and Ken. They meet up with Marquez to finalize everything, pretty much. And as soon as he walked into the restaurant, they're already eating. Were they already eating? Well, no, they was already talking and carrying on. So pretty much as soon as Marquez, her husband, walk in, he want to start trying to, throw them under the bus and everything. First of all, he came there for closure. And they just wanted to, talk about how we're going to move forward with this co-parenting situation. And all that man, that husband, Latricia's husband, could do was just moan and groan and whine and carrying on about the past and wasn't y'all in DMs and crying and carrying on. Like, man, you had all this smoke, giving interviews and trying to insinuate and all this, that, and the third. First of all that's water under the doggone bridge, because they are moving forward in their relationship. You left your wife and your kids, and that's a fact. Even MARSAU got on you. I think the first 1 or 2 episodes of the season 8, which is really the first part of it. That's another thing. Tangent. All these breaking up of different seasons, trying to make it seem like it's all extra. Pretty much, we should probably be on season 6, if I technically, because breaking up the first half and calling it a new season, I don't know, child. I don't know. Anywho, back to this mess of a sham of a storyline. I mean, Marquez really has no leg to stand on. Like I said, he left his wife, he left his kids in 2020 when the world was shut down, and it was over. You can't, and was not in the house, and if I'm not mistaken, was not really contributing financially. So the fact that you left the house, you left your wife and your kids. Moving out, that means you left your wife and your kids. If you moved to the next city or the next block, you left your wife and your kids. Now, why can't you understand that? She found a man that's willing to take her and all them doggone kids, and he got a kid too. I mean, she got her a good one. She got somebody better than you. You listening, Marquez? If you're listening, watching, listening, it's hard to accept defeat. But you chose to air out your dirty laundry, and this is what it is. And that's pretty much where we're at. You know, he was crying and carrying on, and pretty much she signed whatever paperwork that was to, I guess, get the divorce up and running and carrying on. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't feel no sorry for that man. Like I said, you left your wife and your kids, and now that she got somebody that's better than you, your kids. First of all, let's just say this. Why the kids feel like Ken is, you know, kind of like daddy, because you weren't there, and all this lying and carrying on about how they sabotage you trying to see your kid. Get out of here. Anyway, we done with him. Hopefully this is the last time we're going to see a lying MF, because we done. Anyway, y'all, that was it for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Season 9, episode 3, or maybe season 6, episode 12, girl. I don't know. It's just a whole lot going on. Anyway, Carlos, get together with these seasons. It ain't confusing. It's just adding on more. More drama to the show. Anyway, it's a good episode, and I can't wait to see episode 4 come up this weekend. I hope you come back. Please do. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and share. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. All day.